The 19th century Midwest, a vast and untamed frontier, filled with both opportunity and uncertainty. Rolling prairies stretched as far as the eye could see, a seemingly endless expanse of land. It was a land of immense promise, beckoning those with a dream of carving their own destinies. The allure of new beginnings drew many to its vast plains, but this promise was not without peril. The challenges were as vast as the land itself. The Midwest was also a land of harsh realities where survival required resilience and determination. Winters were long and unforgiving, blanketing the land in snow and ice. Summers brought scorching heat and unpredictable storms, testing the endurance of even the hardiest settlers. For the pioneers who dared to settle these lands, life was a constant struggle against the elements. Every day was a battle for survival. Many were drawn to the Midwest by the allure of affordable land, a chance to own a piece of the American dream. They came from the crowded cities of the East, seeking space and opportunity. They came from distant lands, seeking a new beginning in a place where hard work could lead to prosperity. These pioneers were filled with hope, their hearts set on building a better future. They were determined to build a better life for themselves and their families, no matter the cost. They were ready to transform the wild frontier into fertile farmlands, turning dreams into reality. However, the reality of farming in the Midwest was often harsh, with the land demanding more than just hard work. The soil, though fertile, was unforgiving to those who did not understand its secrets. It required knowledge and skill to cultivate successfully. Droughts could wipe out entire harvests in a matter of weeks, leaving families desperate and hungry. Pests and diseases threatened their crops, adding to the uncertainty of their livelihoods. The isolation of frontier life brought its own challenges, with limited access to markets, education, and even basic necessities. Communities had to rely on each other for support. For many, the dream of prosperity seemed as distant as the setting sun, yet they persevered, driven by hope and determination. Life for the average farmer in the 1800s Midwest was incredibly difficult. The vast open plains were both a blessing and a curse, offering fertile land but also exposing farmers to the harsh elements. They faced challenges on all sides, from unpredictable weather patterns to the constant threat of droughts and floods. The environment was relentless. Back then, farming was not a business, it was a way of life, a way of survival. Every day was a battle to produce enough food to sustain their families. Families toiled from dawn till dusk, their lives dictated by the rhythms of the seasons. The work was grueling, and there was no respite. They planted, they cultivated, they harvested with their own hands. The tools they used were simple, often handmade, and required immense physical effort. Every member of the family, young and old, contributed to the never-ending work. Children learned the trade early, and elders passed down their wisdom. Their homes were simple, often built with their own hands. These structures were a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. They were made of wood and sod, offering basic shelter from the elements. These homes were far from luxurious but provided the necessary protection. Life was hard, and luxuries were few and far between. Every item had to be earned through sweat and perseverance. The promise of land lured many to the Midwest, but the reality was that many struggled to make ends meet. Crop failures were common, and the dream of prosperity often remained just that, a dream. The prices for their produce were unpredictable and often depressingly low. Market fluctuations could mean the difference between a good year and financial ruin. Debts mounted, and many farmers found themselves trapped in a cycle of poverty. Loans taken to buy seeds and equipment became burdens that were hard to shake off. The isolation of farm life also took its toll. The vast distances between farms meant that social interaction was limited. Families were often miles apart, roads were poor, making travel difficult and time-consuming. Communication and transportation were difficult. News traveled slowly, and farmers often felt cut off from the rest of the world. This isolation meant that farmers had limited access to information. They relied heavily on word of mouth and occasional newspapers. They had limited access to new farming techniques. Innovation was slow to reach these remote areas. They were often left to their own devices, relying on traditional knowledge that was passed down through generations. This knowledge was invaluable, but sometimes insufficient. This made it challenging to adapt to the ever-changing conditions of the Midwest. Yet, through sheer determination and hard work, these farmers persevered, laying the groundwork for future generations. Amidst the hardships and struggles, a new breed of individuals emerged in the Midwest. These were self-made millionaires. They were captains of industry. They had made their fortunes in the burgeoning cities of the East, and most importantly, they saw the potential in the heartland of America. They saw the hard-working farmers. They recognized the untapped potential of the land. These millionaires were driven by a mix of motivations. Some were philanthropists at heart. They were genuinely concerned about the plight of the farmers. They wanted to use their wealth to uplift communities and alleviate poverty. Others saw business opportunity. They believed that by investing in the farmers and teaching them modern techniques, they could increase agricultural productivity. They could create a more reliable food supply. They could, of course, reap substantial profits in the process. Whatever their motivations, these millionaire mentors played a crucial role in transforming the agricultural landscape of the Midwest. They became beacons of hope for struggling farmers, offering not just financial aid, but also invaluable knowledge and guidance. The millionaire mentors of the 1800s employed a variety of strategies to guide the struggling farmers of the Midwest. These strategies were not just about providing immediate relief, but about creating sustainable solutions for long-term success. They understood that simply handing out money wouldn't solve the deeper problems. The real challenge was to address the root causes of the farmers' struggles, which often stemmed from a lack of knowledge and resources. They needed to empower the farmers with knowledge, skills, and access to resources. This empowerment was seen as the key to transforming the agricultural landscape and ensuring the farmers' independence and prosperity. One of their key strategies was establishing agricultural schools and colleges. These institutions became the bedrock of agricultural education, providing a structured environment for learning. These institutions provided farmers with formal education in modern farming techniques. They offered courses that covered a wide range of topics, from basic farming practices to advanced agricultural science. They learned about crop rotation. This practice was crucial for maintaining soil fertility and preventing the depletion of essential nutrients. They learnt about soil management. Understanding the composition and health of the soil was fundamental to improving crop yields and ensuring sustainable farming practices. They learnt about the latest advancements in animal husbandry. This included better breeding practices, nutrition, and overall care for livestock, which in turn improved productivity. In addition to formal education, these mentors also organized workshops and seminars. These events were designed to provide hands-on experience and practical knowledge. They invited experts to share their knowledge on specific topics. These experts brought in new perspectives and cutting-edge information that was crucial for the farmers' development. These gatherings became valuable forums for farmers to learn from the best. They could exchange ideas, discuss challenges, and find collective solutions. They could find solutions to the challenges they faced in their own fields. This collaborative approach fostered a sense of community and mutual support among the farmers. Recognizing the importance of staying abreast of the latest advancements, the mentors also funded research and experimentation in agriculture. This research was pivotal in discovering new methods and technologies. They established experimental farms where new crop varieties were tested. These farms served as testing grounds for innovative practices and crops that could potentially revolutionize farming. New farming methods were developed and shared with the wider farming community. This dissemination of knowledge ensured that all farmers could benefit from the latest advancements. They also promoted the use of new technologies. These technologies were designed to make farming more efficient and less labor-intensive. They invested in the development of better plows, harvesters, and other farm implements. These tools were essential